Did I get the wrong kind?
Wrong kind? Mom, this is an illegal weapon. Where'd you get it?
Those guys who got shot, they had all these guns in the back of their van.
You bought a machine gun off the back of a van?
I tried in the store, but they said I had to cool off.
Mom, you could go to jail for this. Why didn't you tell me?
Because I wanted it to be a surprise.
It is! Stop! Or my mom will shoot!
Hey, everybody. Listen, before we get this podcast going, I want to blame somebody. Don't you laugh, fucking Trevor. Don't you fucking laugh. So we just did a little David Warner tribute for losing him at the age of 80 with Time After Time. And quickly, without even thinking, Trevor goes, "Hey, I got an idea." That's my Trevor impersonation. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Terrible.
Let's do
terrible.
Stop or my mom will shoot. And for some reason, I said, "All right." He says it's one of his favorite films of all time. And he says he fucking hates Doctor Who now because this is such a wonderful, after seeing this masterpiece.
It's this Shakespearean masterpiece.
Fucking hell. What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
But you know what? You know, we got to do shit to have a good laugh. So, because you know what? This podcast is going to be a lot funnier than the shit I just watched.
Well, I was just about to say that. I'm laughing more now than I did by any stretch of the imagination. I think I smiled slightly once during whenever I was watching Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Let's get to it. Let's just get this shit out of the way.
I'm going to tell you the funniest thing about this film, and it's the origin story of why Stallone took this fucking film.
It was a prank?
It's funny. So what happened is his buddy Arnold, they're always competing, obviously Arnold and him, and Arnold was successfully doing well with comedies. Whether you like them or not, they were hits, and they did okay, critically acclaimed
Twins,
too.
Kindergarten
Cop. Kindergarten Cop and Twins were the two films, both by Ivan Reitman. Yes. So Ivan Reitman produced this. I can't believe Ivan Reitman's name's on this film. God love him. So Schwarzenegger decides to go, "Oh yeah, give me the ass, I want this." And Stallone's like, "Whoa, yo, hey, I wanted that if you want, yeah, oh, hey." So they're battling the balls, you know. He wanted his comedy. So Stallone got it, and he started filming. And Schwarzenegger has admitted that he just did that to egg Stallone to do this piece of shit.
Yeah, it was a wind-up. It was a piss take. He was basically, it was a prank he had pulled on Stallone.
Yeah. He had no clue. He thought, but when he took it, he was like, "Oh,
this will be, this will be comedic genius." Yeah.
Oh God. You know, this is directed by Roger Spottiswoode, who I respect as a director. You know, he gave us his first outing, one of my favorite slasher films, Terror Train, with Jamie Lee Curtis. Shoot to Kill, great little film, guys. If you've ever seen it, with Tom Berenger and Sidney Poitier. You got Turner and Hooch, good little comic, little film.
Tom
Not
Hanks.
a fan of it, but Tom Hanks.
I remember,
you got Tomorrow Never Dies, James Bond. This guy's got some street cred. What the fuck was he thinking?
Look, see with this film, I'm going to, despite everything I said earlier, and while I admit it is a train wreck,
don't say it.
Don't say it. In a way, I am going to defend it, because, well, we'll get to it anyway.
Let's just start with the opening fucking credits. How embarrassing this is. It's Stop or Mom Will Shoot, the title page, I guess you can say. It is something a child would have done.
Cartoon images.
Yeah, you do like Photoshop. It is embarrassing. I can't. And this whole opening sequence with the drug bust or whatever he's doing.
Ving Rhames is in it?
Yeah, he's got a small cameo, but that doesn't help the film whatsoever. It's so bad. He can't shoot the bad guys who are 3 feet in front of him, but he can shoot the chain that's holding the neon sign to knock him out.
And his partner gets a bit of glass in his ass with hilarious consequences. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm being sarcastic.
You made a comment, Trevor. And I'm going to compliment you.
Right.
So you're welcome.
That's a change.
Yeah,
Turn
I
up
know.
for the books.
I know. So, Cobra.
Yes.
We talked about Cobra, and we talked about the one-liners and how Cobra, these liners would have been better if Schwarzenegger gave them. Even Dolph Lundgren. Someone who's got that, there's something up, he's just got that, I don't know what it is.
Charisma.
I can't explain what they have. They have something where they can deliver bad lines, and you'll wear them on t-shirts.
The reason is it's because with Arnie, it's throughout all of his performances, the vast majority of them, they're always a little tongue-in-cheek. So that's why he can deliver those one-liners. Whereas Stallone is more of a serious actor, or at least,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
And this is what I was talking about, where you said that he can't do comedy. Now, he did a movie called Oscar with John Landis, which is based on a famous stage play. I actually kind of enjoyed it.
I haven't seen it.
You guys can go see it, but I'm not throwing myself under the bus, but I remember enjoying it. So this is his second outing of trying something different, and I applaud him for wanting to try comedy because it's working for his buddy, Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
But you're right. This guy cannot do comedy at all. He looks so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's very awkward.
I was uncomfortable for him.
There's one scene in particular that is exceptionally cringeworthy.
I know the
dream sequence.
Yes, the diapers.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. See?
Yeah. Shoot me now.
I can't. I don't know what to talk about in this film. I don't. You got Estelle Getty, who, God rest her soul, I love her.
She's quite good at it.
Absolutely. She's actually okay. I like The Golden Girls. It's one of my favorite shows.
I remember.
She was very funny in it, very nasty in it.
She's very good in this. And
let's not say very good.
If you stop and think, right, the material she's got in front of her, and also the fact that basically Stallone cannot do comedy, and he's completely wooden and awful in this. With everything packed against her, she does a very good job. All things considered, she is actually very good and quite likable in this. So she is. I don't see. This is. It's a really.
Oh my
It's a really
God,
weird
this
film
is it.
to watch.
You're done. You're off this puck. Oh my God.
It's a really weird film. I'll tell you why. Because for the first half an hour, I found it a really tough watch to get through. It is so bad. But once I sort of adjusted my brain to, or subconsciously did it, and that this is a piece of shit, just roll with it, I actually found myself. Please do not fucking judge me harshly. I actually found myself mildly enjoying it. And and it was just, I'd sort of accepted this is a fucking train wreck. It is a piece of shit. It is so silly, juvenile, and, bad overall. I mean, even Stallone himself has admitted that this is the worst film he's ever done. But once you sort of adjust to that and you accept that fact, I did, and I fully admit, find myself. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't on the edge of my seat, but it was just sort of, it was reasonably entertaining.
Okay, just Trevor, come on, man. This, I know you're trying to, you like Return to Salem's Lot, so
Yes.
obviously, clearly, you have some kind
problem.
You must have some kind of way of giving yourself a lobotomy when you're watching shit.
Yeah, well,
because you seem to love this. I'm sorry. I'm getting mad. Okay, because I'll tell you why. There's movies when you're watching a movie, right? Like Top Gun Maverick,
yes.
right? It's called the wow factor. Yeah. Oh wow,
yeah.
Oh wow, oh wow. This has the exact same thing, but for the opposite wow.
Can I just say...
You're
right,
wow.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding
me? Can I just say, there's something sort of campy and kitsch about it.
Stop.
No, let me finish.
You're giving your film review now,
yes.
And you are giving this such an endorsement.
No, but for reasons... Let me finish. I basically said I would file it under my so bad it's good list. And seriously...
You have way too many of those. That's your problem.
But I do. It's
way too many of them.
It's so ridiculously juvenile and silly. But I have to say, it's not an offensive film in any way, and it's not nasty in any way. So I don't. If I was 8 years old, 8-year-old me would probably have enjoyed this. Maybe not as much as
Oh
Rambo.
my God, no, nobody enjoyed this film. Nobody. I mean, the chemistry between Stallone and Joe Beth Williams was frighteningly bad.
Yeah, it's forced, big time forced.
The scene where he's going to pick up his mom at the airport, and everyone's walking out going, "Oh, look who it is! Oh, look, it's the bedwetter!" Blah blah. And he's like, "Whoa, yo, hey!" And the mom's got pictures of him and stuff, and it's what? Are you fucking kidding me?
No, it's bad. But I have to say, the woman who plays what do you call her? The character's name is it Gwen?
Joe Beth Williams.
Yes, but what do you call her character's name again?
Gwen.
Yes, she's she's not bad. You know what the problem is with you know what the big problem is with this film, and I'm sorry to say it.
The script, the directing. Can I keep going?
No. It is Stallone's performance, and I love Stallone in like most of his other roles, and I'm a fan of Stallone. But I have to be honest and say the big problem with this film, and there are many, but the big one is Stallone.
The funny thing is, you say that. I have it in my notes. There's one actor, and I'm being one actor who could have pulled this off. And it would have been hilarious because he knows his comedic timing is flawless, especially in the 80s. Eddie Murphy.
Possibly, yeah.
No, there's no possibly. Eddie Murphy would have pulled this off.
They would have to.
He could take a piece of shit and turn it into a fucking diamond.
Well, they would have to. I think
his delivery on bad line.
They would have to make it less juvenile as well, because.
No, he could go ahead and play a little juvenile. It's his looks and his mannerism. That's all he needs to do.
Tongue in cheek.
And him having an argument with an older, it wouldn't be Estelle Getty, obviously, because she's white. But it would have worked. It would have worked so much better if you want to do this overbearing mother story.
Yeah.
It would have worked so much better. Because I'll tell you what, you're right. Don't keep me wrong. Of all the actors in this, Stallone's the worst.
But by far.
But I mean, did you shave? Yeah, I shaved. What was the lawnmower?
I'm just trying to brush my teeth here, Mom.
Oh my God! And then when he's trying to talk the suicide jumper off.
That's also ripped.
And she grabs,
that's also ripped from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, she grabs the megaphone.
Yes.
And she starts talking, and the suicide goes, "Don't talk to your mom like that." I'm like, "Oh, are you?"
It is like a child wrote it, but my brain did sort of go into this mode where it was, I know this is a train wreck, but I am going to run with it. No, it's a classic so bad it's good film.
No, it's not.
It is to me.
This is not. Nobody. You have this theory that if it's shit, it's so good. It's shit.
Fun shit.
You have every film.
No.
There's some films where you can.
There are some films I just.
There are some films that you can go, "Fuck you! I want my fucking money back. You fucking assholes."
Yes.
This was produced by Ivan Reitman, who was Comic Gold. You have Universal backing it, and this is what you give us, and you're saying, "Well, you know what? It's shit, but damn, it's good."
Yeah. Because there is a lot of films out there that are shit, and I would want my money back, and I just would never fucking want to see them again. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't want to see this again, but there are certain films as well that are so bad that they bring that whole level of kitsch and sort of awfulness that's fun, and this to me is one of them. Like Tommy Wiseau's The Room, Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space. Stuff like that. This would be filed onto those. For me.
I'm sorry, I'm lost for words.
But there are other films which are just pieces of shit that I don't want to fucking ever watch ever again in my life.
This is it.
This is not one of them.
I wish I had my COVID back. Because, oh my God.
We haven't discussed the plot.
I mean, here's the plot. She washes her son's gun, and nobody's just stupid. But
it's ridiculous.
But according to you, it's fucking Hamlet. So she washes the fucking gun, and he you just do it good. And so she goes to buy him an Uzi. Are you fucking? And she goes outside the shop, and these guys go, "You want to buy a gun from us?" Because she didn't want to wait for the 14-day period. And they find out those are those are weapons that were supposed to be burned in a fire.
It's an insurance scam.
So the whole movie's about insurance fraud.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the action is horrendous.
I've seen worse.
It's not even this is so bad. I words can't describe. I'm still lost that you fucking think this is.
No, I don't.
Schindler's
listen
List.
to what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is juvenile nonsense. It is completely ridiculously
Nobody
bad.
listening to this podcast is going to go, you know what? Trevor's right.
I don't hate this film.
I want to watch this piece of shit.
I certainly don't hate this film. There is nothing unlikable about it, apart
what?
from the script.
There's nothing
I know
unlikable?
unlikable in the context of, you know what I mean. It's not unpleasant in any way. You know what I mean. But I would say that it's like it's been written by a fucking 10-year-old.
But you're okay with that?
Well, I mean, I've seen a lot worse. Let's just say.
Have you really, Trevor? I mean,
yeah.
At the end, I
have. Absolutely.
I can't.
Absolutely, I have. But
I mean, how even if you if you had any kind of reasoning for the comments you made, and then you talk about the dream sequence when he's wearing the diaper.
Yeah, it's awful.
How can you sit there and now go, okay, this is too much? I can give you I'll give it a pass. It's so bad, it's good. But once you see the diaper sequence when he's, how can you sit there and go, I felt
it's a case
so bad for Stallone.
It's a case of, I don't know, maybe I just like enjoy cringing or whatever. But it's a case of see the diaper scene. You say diaper, I say nappy, but see that scene. I was laughing at it, but not with it. Do you know what I mean? I was covering my hands. I was going, oh fuck, please. And then I was maybe having a bit of a laugh because it was so bad. I wasn't actually laughing at the joke that they were trying to pull off. I was laughing at the fact that it's like, what the fuck were they thinking? What the fuck was Stallone thinking? That's what was making me laugh. Do you know what I mean?
No. No. I mean, I'm a Stallone fan.
Yep, as am I.
And so, I mean, I don't think Stallone fans would agree with you at all. What you're saying.
Stallone needs to stick to shooting people and blowing things up.
Leave
the comedy to Arnie.
This damaged him badly, and then he did Rocky V, which hurt him. We talked about this with his ego got in the way a bit, and it wasn't until Demolition Man and Cliffhanger. A couple other good ones. And Daylight was underrated.
He did that Judge Dredd film as well, which didn't go down too well.
Dredd, which went right back to Stop 'Em Mama Shoot. That was shit. It's... I thought I'd be talking about this film for this podcast, but I'm still trying to... Your words are like arrows through my heart. I'm in shock that you're giving this a green light.
I'm not giving it a green light.
You are. You're saying it's so bad it's good. You'd watch it again. It's so bad that's a green light. Whether you want to think it
in a way, yes. But I mean, I am not in any way defending the quality of this film, and it is.
You are by saying
no. It's morphed into something else for me. It's morphed into this absolute unintentional. Well, it is an intentional comedy for me. It's funny for all the wrong reasons.
Like he's going to. The mom says she keeps not giving the head detective Ross information, which she'd be in jail for, but we'll let that go. So she gives it to her son, and the son takes her on a ride to the bad guy's house.
Completely absurd. That and he would have, in reality, he would have lost his job, like there and then on the spot, for taking his mom out on a highly dangerous, basically police procedural job.
And then he gives his partner, the lead detective on the case, a swirly in the bathroom.
He flushes his head down the toilet
because he says his mother makes bad cookies.
Hey, you watch what you say about my mom.
Okay, that is. Oh my god, oh my god, I can't. Here's the problem. Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah,
right?
which is complete
pretty
train wreck
much,
as
pretty
well.
much same producers, is a 3,000 times competent film.
I haven't seen it in years.
Ivan Reitman directed that one. And Roger Spottiswoode, like I said in the beginning of this podcast, is a good director. And Ivan Reitman, though, had a good villain. You didn't like him. He kills innocent people. He's a bully. You like the kids. It was playful and cute. And Schwarzenegger giving his lines, but with children. And they even peppered a little adult humor. You know, my mommy has a vagina. My dad, it's, I
haven't seen it in years.
Little characters. And it had a good ending. I'm not saying I'm not a big fan of it, but I can appreciate the steps it took and the multiple genres it dealt with.
Yes.
This was trying to do that. And I don't know what genre they're going with. This is pretty much a child's film.
Yes, it is. 100% it's a child's film.
But it tries to give you the action and the stunts and the of
For the Stallone hardcore fans.
Not really a hardcore. I mean, you're not going to really get it with this kind of film, but yeah, some decent action. And that's what they did with Kindergarten Cop. Christ, they even did Twins with Danny DeVito. They got, and again, Ivan Reitman. And this is the same. I don't get what they were thinking. Mm-hmm. I don't understand what Roger Spottiswoode was. He on something? Was he threatened?
It is a disaster. But
I mean, this is. I'm not even talking about the film. I can't. I don't want to.
But it's not.
I mean, I have nothing to say about this film. I mean, the story is so bad.
Yes, look, I agree with you. It is ridiculously bad.
Like the scene. No, the scene where he locks his own mother in the car, and she takes a bayonet and is trying to smash the window to get out. But what she does instead is see a gun in the car and put it in her purse. Then she calls the police and she goes, "Oh, I locked myself in my son's car. Oh, that's okay. Let me show you how to get out of that car." I'm like, "Oh, you
Roger
fucking
Ebert
kidding me?" I love
described it whenever he reviewed it at the time as one of the worst films he had ever seen up to that point. He said there is nothing at all interesting about it and nothing at all funny about it. And you know what? I agree with him. And it's so ridiculously bad. That's what entertains me. Maybe I'm warped. Maybe I'm some sort of masochist.
Yeah. Thank you.
I am a bit masochistic.
Thank you. That's all I want to hear from you. You're warped.
All right, but no, it's probably a bit of masochism because. But I again, it's just me being honest. The first half hour, I was like, I'll be honest with you as well. I had to watch this in 2 halves. I watched the first half on Saturday night, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is just fucking too much. This is doing my head, and it was so bad. But see, whenever I watched the second half on the Sunday, I was, I suppose, maybe down to my mood, but whenever I watched the second half on the Sunday, it was like almost sort of, I wouldn't say warming to it, but I could sort of, it wasn't pissing me off as much. And by the end of it, it was just like going, yeah, this is the biggest load of shit. But it sort of, it's not offensive. It doesn't, it's just, it is what it is. The biggest load of shit. You know what I mean? But yes, at first I was like, fuck, I can't even sit through this.
I almost turned it off.
I did. Well, that's what I'm telling you. I did.
I know. I was going to turn it off and cancel the podcast.
I actually did.
During the scene where they
off.
get locked in the where they had the insurance fire, and they're being bulldozed. Him and his mother, who should not be there.
Ridiculous.
And she stole that gun from him, and he lets her jump out and shoot at the bad guys, and he says, "Stop,
or my mom will shoot."
Or my mom will shoot.
It's ridiculous. Yep.
This is oh my god! There's no chemistry to anyone. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I can't. People are already turning this podcast off by now.
What about the stuff with the biker when he comes back into it? The Harley, the Hell's Angel guy, and she handcuffs him and stuff.
That was bad. Okay, wait. There's one moment that I laughed.
Go ahead.
But even they blew it because they didn't play on it more. It's when the big biker comes in and she knocks him with the frying pan, and Stallone and him are talking at the kitchen table, and she's made cookies, and the bad guy has got a milk mustache, and Stallone's got a chocolate milk mustache, and they're talking about gun running and all this as they've got milk mustaches.
Yes,
That I laughed.
Well, I did sort of smile slightly at the end when after it's Stallone's about to be killed by the bad guys, on the runway thing, and his mom comes in and shoots a bad guy, and then does the whole Dirty Harry, blowing in the. And she goes, "No
God.
shit." Well, so that woman, the Golden Girls woman, Estelle, she can act and she can do comedy. Stallone can't. I will go back to what I said at the start. Stallone can't do comedy, and he is the big problem in the film.
I figured. No, it's not. Stallone,
he's the biggest problem.
Bad casting. Everything's wrong with this film.
But Stallone is the biggest problem for me.
No, the script is the biggest problem.
It's
period.
Well, it's
there's
the
no
script.
Well,
the script and the Stallone. Then I'll give you
and Stallone's agent and Schwarzenegger.
I blame Arnie. You know what? I did quite enjoy the Arnie joke where the mom says to the main bad guy, the insurance guy, she goes, "I'll be back," and what he calls Stallone's like shuffling her out of the room, and he goes, "Yeah, cops don't say that. Terminators say that." I enjoyed that.
Oh my God! You know what this movie is? I figured it out at the very end of the hour and 27 minutes, and it seemed like 5 weeks. This played like this is something you would expect from a Pauly Shore movie.
Yes,
it is.
Yes.
Son-in-Law, Jury Duty, all these films he made in the 90s, and
really
they're MTV generation stupid pothead kind of films.
1990s.
That's
big in the 1990s.
You put Pauly Shore in this, it would have worked.
Maybe.
Because
well,
you
don't know if it worked,
stupid.
Yeah, he would have been more suited to it.
I mean, oh my God! And then the ending when he's putting her on the plane, and then she recognizes the bad guy from America's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
and he tackles.
I know
him,
what he did now, son. He shot his mother.
Yeah. Oh my God! I don't know.
It's bad.
What is this? 26 minutes. Okay. No, 27 minutes. We'd like to do 30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, we've really padded this out because
besides the head injury that Trevor has, I'm sure it goes without saying that this was just one big rant on me telling people not to see this piece of shit. This really, if not, I think it pretty much killed Stallone's career. And I can back that up.
Certainly didn't help it.
He had some little hit with Cliffhanger. Demolition Man got but it wasn't not until he did Copland where he got a lot more respect.
Yes.
And he kind of revisited some of his older characters where Creed came out and
he did Rocky 6.
He started challenging himself again. Rocky Balboa was decent.
Rambo 4, which was just called Rambo.
And so he went back to what worked.
Roots.
But this, I mean, it's a shame. Great director, great producer, wonderful actor, and this is what you give us. I think it's disgraceful, and I know Stallone's embarrassed by it, and he should be.
I think he made actually his comment one time is actually funnier than everything in the entire film. He made a comment one time where he said it was one of the worst films of all time, and he said that includes alien films that we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah,
or words to that effect.
Oh, you know what, people, I appreciate you listening to this one, and like I said, I goes without saying, people listening to this podcast are going to know that this is a piece of shit, and they're gonna listen to it because they want to have a good laugh at the argument we're going to have, or did have, because like at the end of the day, it's a train wreck, and Trevor thinks it's gone to win.
It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece
in terms of
masterpiece.
How not to make a film.
Oh my!
A comedy film, anyway.
I can't believe you gave us.
I'm not giving it a pass.
The
context, I give it a pass in the context of so bad it's good.
That's a pass,
but not as a good film overall. As a quality film,
it doesn't matter. You passed. You get a pass.
Whatever, yeah.
I'm shocked. Okay, you know what? Let's just end this because I'm upset now.
Ciaran has to go and lie down now.
I need a nap.
Yeah. But I have to admit as well, I did come into this deciding that I was going to play devil's advocate a little. Or else it would have been just me and you just saying this is shit, and like the podcast would have lasted like 5 seconds.
The viewers would have been, wow, yeah, they get it. Now they're like, that Ciaran, he's classy. But what the hell is with that idiot?
There's something wrong with that Trevor one. Yeah.
So if you take any away from anything away from this podcast, Trevor has stated that you can watch the film as long as you lobotomize yourself, and you'll have a great time.
Well, that's pretty much what what I am saying. Yeah, remove your brain, and it will be mildly entertaining. However, if you think about it for even the briefest of seconds, you're fucked.
All right, there it is. 30 minutes. We're done. We're done, but no, we're not talking about it anymore. We're going to move on from this. Next up, the Friday the 13th Marathon. I'm looking forward to this one. We're going to be putting them out in droves, so you'll be getting, we put out a podcast usually every Monday. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do 1 and 2 together. It'll still be a regular 30 to 45 minutes, and then we'll do 3 and 4 together, 5 and 6. And so on.
Even Jason in space.
But it should be a fun one because I know everything about the Friday the 13th franchise. So I'm looking forward to revisiting it, which I revisit every week.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Good.
We're going to wrap this one up. I'm old and tired now.
Stop or my mum will shoot. Basically, we watched it so you don't have to, so you can thank us at some point, dear listener.
Yep, and you can thank us at Citizen Frame _podcast or on Facebook. Citizen Frame _podcast is Instagram, so always feel free to give us a shout back. Thank you for listening, I guess. And as Stallone says, it's a paycheck,
What was he thinking?
Stallone, keep in mind, we love you on this podcast. Yeah. We love 90% of your films. Yeah. Just give us a call before you pick your next one, okay, bud? We'll help you out with that one. All right, we're out. Guys, take care of yourselves. Have a good one.